Okay, so like imagine this, you're just scrolling through your feed, right? And then boom, this ad grabs you. I'm talking totally stunning, crazy creative, and you think, whoa, how they do that?
It's true. The stuff people are doing with video now is unbelievable, and the tech is getting easier to use too, which is huge.
That's what I'm saying. Remember when those AI image things were everywhere? This is like that, but video. It's called Pika, and version 1.5 just came out with some wild new stuff.
Yeah, it's cool how Peak is making these tools, which are super advanced, actually something anyone can use.
Right. The one that got me, and I bet it'll get you too, is Pikaffects. Kind of funny name, but seriously, game changing. We're talking one click, and things in your video can explode, melt, even turn into like a giant cake.
And it's not just for fun, though, I admit. A good cake explosion is hard to beat. It's like a shortcut to doing stuff that used to take forever or cost a fortune. Like, imagine your product literally bursting open in an ad.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. I actually saw one on their site, a dog, right, inflates like a balloon and floats off. Too funny.
Amazing, right? But there's more. They've also got these big screenshots, those matrix bullet time effects, huge crane shots, even making things float like there's no gravity. It's wild.
Okay, now I'm really listening. So with these big screenshots, like, how much control do you have? Can I really get those camera moves down?
Picture this. You're showing off a product, right? And bam, crash zoom
Mm-hmm.
right on the important part makes it pop. Or say it's a travel vlog, you could do these whip pans between views, even a full 360 spin.
Whoa! And I'm doing this while things are floating, exploding, turning into cake. My brain's going crazy with the possibilities.
That's the idea. You could even have a giant cake, right, from that effect. And it's on a crane shot, falling slowly to show off how delicious and crumbly it is inside. Eye-catching for sure.
Sounds incredibly fun. I can see how businesses would love this, educators too, even artists.
Yeah.
But it can't just be goofy, right? Like, if I'm using this for real, the quality has to be there. Did they make the animations in 1.5 look more realistic?
They did. That was a big focus. One of the problems with AI video has been making it not look fake.
Hmm.
But in 1.5, the movements are way smoother, more fluid, believable.
Gotcha. And I bet that makes a huge difference. If it looks natural, people pay more attention. Speaking of, didn't they add new stuff for how characters move too? Something about new moves.
You got it. This is huge for bringing characters to life. It's not just walking anymore. Your character can run, skateboard, even fly.
Huh.
Stuff that was almost impossible to make look good before, even with AI. But Pika 1.5 nails it.
Okay, you've convinced me I need to try this. Longer clips, better animation, and all these effects. There's got to be a catch, right? What's the downside?
Well, good news first. The subscription prices are the same. Still get that free plan if you just want to mess around. And then there's standard, pro, and unlimited levels.
Here it comes. I knew there had to be a but somewhere.
You know me too well. Remember those 5-second clips we love? Now they're 15 credits each in 1.5.
Ah, there it is. But honestly, after everything you've said, might be worth it. What do you think? Is it a good trade-off?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It depends what you need, and your budget, obviously. You're getting super powerful tools, but yeah, you'll use credits faster, especially for longer videos or going crazy with the effects. I think a lot of people are going to find it's worth it, though.
Okay, so let's say I'm sold, right? I want to dive into Pika 1.5. But is it easy to use? Because one of the things I loved about the first Pika was, even if you're not like a tech genius, it just made sense.
Get this, they actually made it easier in 1.5.
No way, seriously. With all the new stuff they added, that's impressive.
Right. It's really well designed. Everything's where you'd think it'd be. The controls are simple. They want everyone making AI videos, not just the techies.
That's awesome, because some of these AI tools, man, it's like you need a degree to figure them out. So they're making it very user-friendly. But what about people who, they love the old Pika, the 1.0? Are they out of luck?
Nope. And this is smart. If you've got the paid version, you can switch back and forth between using 1.5 and the old 1.0.
So you're telling me if I'm working on something and I'm like, man, I wish I had that one thing from the old version, I can actually just go back to it.
Exactly. So you get the best of both worlds, all the new bells and whistles, but that comfy old sweater feeling if you need it.
I like the way you think. Okay, so under the hood, how does it actually work? Is it literally just typing in whatever I want and hoping for the best?
It's still text to video at its heart. You give it a prompt, the more details, the better. And the AI tries to make a video out of that.
Right, but with all this new stuff, like the camera angles, the effects, it feels like there's got to be more to it now.
Oh, there is. Well, you could say make it explode and get, a basic explosion, Pika 1.5. It wants you to go nuts with it.
So, like, if I want that explosion to be huge GE Michael Bay style, I got to tell it that specifically.
Exactly. Want fiery? dramatic, say it. Or if you want like a confetti explosion instead, Pika can do that too.
So the more creative I get, the better it'll be.
100%. Think of it like you're directing. Pika's your special effects team. The clearer your vision, the better they can make it happen.
I like that. Makes you feel more in control, not just along for the ride.
That's the whole point. AI helping your creativity, not replacing it.
Okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff, but Amorn, there's got to be some downsides, right? What's the trade-off with all this?
Well, nothing's perfect, right?
Yeah.
One thing is, even though they made it faster overall, those fancy new features, they can make it take longer to generate the video.
Oh, so if I'm working on, like, my masterpiece, I got to be patient.
Pretty much, especially if it's got tons of effects, characters, the works. And while the subscription's the same, remember those credits. All this cool stuff, it adds up.
It's all fun and games till you run out mid-video, right?
Exactly. But hey, Pika's upfront about their pricing, and you can always buy more credits if you need them. Plus, there's always that free plan if you want to just dip your toes in.
True. Gotta love that free trial. Speaking of, what can you actually do with the free plan? It's 150 credits, right?
So with those 15 credits per 5 seconds, that's like 10 short clips a month you can make. Not a lot, but enough to see if Pika's your jam.
It's the sampler platter, right?
Yeah.
Gets you hooked, then bam, you're buying the whole buffet. So walk us through the paid plans for those who are ready to go all in.
You got it. So the standard plan, that's your starting point, good for casual use. Then there's Pro, for folks who are more serious, need more oomph. And then Unlimited.
Ooh, sounds dangerous. Like for the true Pika addict.
Exactly. Unlimited credits, go wild. It's there if you need it.
Okay, but let's be real for a sec. How does 1.5 actually compare to the old 1.0? Because I gotta say, 1.0 was already pretty impressive back in the day.
It was groundbreaking for sure. Those features like lip sync, where the characters actually move their mouths to the audio, that was huge. And the AI sound effects, that was wild too.
Yeah, it's easy to forget how mind-blowing that stuff was at the time.
Right. So 1.5 doesn't have those exact features yet, but it's building on that foundation. It's like 1.0 went to like charm school.
So it's not replacing, it's more like evolving.
Yeah, exactly. And Pika's smart. They know not to just ditch the old version. So, like I said, if you're paying, you can use both.
That's cool. It gives you options, right? Choose the right tool for the job. It'll be interesting to see what they do with both versions moving forward. Will it be like Pika Ultimate one day? Who knows?
Right. Maybe they'll become one superpowered AI, or maybe they'll stay separate, each one for different things. It's an exciting time to be into this stuff, that's for sure.
It's like AI video, choose your own adventure.
I like that. And that's what I love about this tech, always changing, pushing the limits. What seemed impossible a year ago is like, oh yeah, that now. Who knows what crazy stuff Pika 2.0 will have.
Holographic Pika that follows you around filming in 8K.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
But the possibilities really are endless. And that's important to remember. Pika's amazing, but it's not the only game in town.
Right, right. There are other AI video tools out there.
Exactly. You've got Runway Gen 3. That one's known for being really artistic. And then there's Lumalab's Dream Machine. Makes these super surreal, trippy videos. It's wild.
See, so many choices. How do you even know where to start?
It's all about what you want to do, right? Do you want something easy and fast, or do you want total control, every little detail?
It's finding the tool that fits you, helps you tell your story the best way possible. It's like we went from finger painting to having a Hollywood studio in our pocket, all in just a few years.
Totally a different world. And that means there's so much room for people to come up with new stuff, try crazy ideas.
Exactly. So for our listeners who are like totally inspired right now, what's the one thing you want them to remember about AI video?
Honestly, it's still early days. We're just figuring this stuff out. Don't be scared of it. Dive in and mess around. That's how you learn.
It's like getting a giant box of crayons. You got to scribble all over to see what colors you got, right?
Exactly. Try stuff, make mistakes, break the rules. That's where the good stuff happens. You'll find your own way of doing things.
And as cool as Pika 1.5 is, it's not the only AI video game in town, right? There's more out there to explore.
Oh, for sure. Stay curious. Check out different tools, see what clicks with you. What works for one person might not for another, and that's fine.
It's awesome though, right? AI video is changing so fast. Who knows what we'll be able to do next year?
That's what I love about it. Always something new. But remember, no matter how fancy the tools get, it's still your vision that matters.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And with that, I think we've reached the end of our Pika 1.5 deep dive. It's been awesome exploring all this with you.
Right back at you.
To
The stuff just gets me so pumped up.
everyone listening, thanks for coming along on this journey with us. Now go out there and make something amazing and show the world what you've got.